Hi, Billy. Tom here from Three Red Kings.
Hi, Tom.
You had a difficult game in the line-out on Saturday. What are the processes in the aftermath of a line-out kind of malfunctioning like that? What kind of work would you do in the aftermath of it? Is it something hugely intensive, or is it just kind of going back to basics almost?
No, it's definitely not anything intensive. We review our line out every week, whether we win 100% or whether we lose a few balls. So we've the same process each week. Our line has been excellent all season. Yeah, it malfunctioned at the weekend, which isn't ideal in a big game. Conditions weren't easy. But look, we had a look at it. We maybe pushed things a little bit too much. You got to give credit to Leinster's line out D as well. If you go back to the two games in the Aviva earlier in the season, we cleaned them out in the first game, and they stole a few balls off us in the second game. We both teams know each other so well from a set piece point of view, and we know each other's systems so well. It does make it more difficult. But we had the exact same review this week. Bearing in mind that there's a portion of the squad is gone. A lot of the guys who were involved are also gone. So it's something we will, work on with the remaining group.
Yeah, and I suppose the last one from me, like coming into a kind of a new game now this week with a lot of the younger players who were there. How have you found work, as you work with a lot of top guys in your years over at Munster? So how have you found the young guys working with them over the course of the last number of weeks and months almost? I suppose when you look at all the guys you've worked with before, and how are they looking?
Really well. To be honest, there's a lot of impressive guys in the squad coming through. I think the block of games during the Autumn Nations Cup and the Six Nations, I think we really grew as a team and grew as a squad. There was a lot of good performances. You see the likes of Craig Casey got a run of games, and now he's in the Irish squad. The likes of Gavin Coombs, he really cemented his place in the squad and has played in all our big games since. So there's other guys below them, younger fellas in the squad who are coming through, and they need, for me, the two international windows are very important from a squad point of view. And you very often see guys from not just Munster but other provinces, have good, play well for their provinces in that section, and then a year later they're playing international rugby. So I think that's something that Irish teams do really well. We grow and use those young fellas. It's all well and good them training, and bear in mind, there's 4 Irish teams playing every weekend. There's no AIL. There's very little A rugby. So there's a lot of guys who are getting no game time week in, week out. They're just in the gym training. So it's a very difficult position for young fellas. They're not getting out playing AIL matches at the weekend. So it puts even more importance on those guys in this block coming up. And I think a lot of them performed exceptionally well in the previous block. I think we've used 49 guys so far this season. So that says a lot.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Billy, Trevor Anderson here, Live 95. When you play so well against Leinster and when you restrict them from an attacking point of view and have so much possession, particularly in that first half, was it particularly frustrating going in at half time with just 4 points and looking at the game overall, Billy, that you did so much right but just couldn't get over the line?
Yeah, there was a bit of frustration at half time when we went in. Certainly there was a bit of frustration. We it was a 6-point swing there at half time to hit the post with a great kick. It was a tough kick, and then to give away 2 penalties and then giving Johnny Sexton a shot at goal, that's not good enough. For all the good work we'd done in the previous 40 minutes, we did leave ourselves down in that last minute or two before half time. But in saying that, we regrouped, we got good messages on board, and I think we started the second half very well. So there was no hangover from that. We started the second half very well, but we didn't get points on the board.
You mentioned Craig Casey there, his elevation to the national squad, and he's leapfrogged some pretty big names. What is it about him and his game that you've worked beside him very closely for the last few weeks? What is it about him and the way he plays that has caught the attention of Andy Farrell?
Well, his performances have been excellent. His energy on the training pitch, the extras he does, the growth in his game is phenomenal. He's he's the type of fellow that I wouldn't particularly enjoy playing against. He's non-stop, million miles an hour, full of energy, but it's not fake energy. It's not just talk. He's everywhere. He covers so much ground, and he's also got a very smart rugby brain. So I'm delighted for Craig. He thoroughly enjoys. He thoroughly deserves to be in the squad. I think his performances have spoken very highly, and it's great to see him in there.